we go.
We are going to run at it.
Man, I've been waiting for this video for so long. This will be the race between the Retro Fox and the Carbon Fox. And let this be a reminder, this is why we don't race dyno numbers and we don't race build sheets. I think you guys will be surprised with the outcome. So let's ease into this video, but before we get to the actual race, guys, I gotta backtrack. I gotta give you the rundown of the builds and how we're gonna do the race. So stick around so we can cover all that, then we'll jump right into the race. Also, I want to remind everybody, these are street cars. These aren't street outlaw cars you see on TV making 3 and 4 second 8-mile passes. They're just street cars with simple blower setups and very, very simple builds. So take that into account. With that being said though, I'm super impressed with both of these cars. Although they may look slow on camera, I promise you they are very, very fun to drive. And both of these cars, the power that they make is very obtainable for pretty much anybody. Let's go ahead and get to the video. Andrew's gonna drive the gray car. I'm gonna drive the red car. You mind popping the hood? Let's go ahead and pop the hood. We'll go through the builds real quick on both cars. All right, so this is a 306 that we built, 1968 302. It's got Canfield 192cc heads. So it's got the N51 HR camshaft in it from Anderson Ford Motorsport, Holley Systemax upper and lower intake, all stock there, with a T-trim on about 12 pounds of boost or so. Built automatic. It's an AOD 4R70W hybrid. So it's an AOD case, but it's got 4R70 internals. So you still have to do the AOD shuffle if you want this thing to, you know, if you want to be able to hold it in and out of gear. Speaking of gears, 373 gears in the rear and just your normal full exhaust on this car. The Retro Fox is an unknown mileage, stock bottom end 302. It's got SVE 170cc aluminum heads, S-trim supercharger on 11 pounds of boost, Hartman upper intake with a stock lower intake, headers, exhaust, 373 gears, stock T5. Both cars are on drag radials. This car is on the Nitto 555 R2s and 17s, and this is on the Mickey Thompson Street SS's. Tonight, here's the way this race is going to go down. Like I said, Andrew's going to be driving this one. I'm going to be driving that one. He's got to get a little bit of seat time, so I'll probably let him go down the road here in a few minutes, get a couple, you know, passes on the car, if you will, and see how it does. But we're going to go from a 40 roll or somewhere around there, maybe a 20 roll, 40 roll, whatever the case may be. We'll figure that out. Yeah, it probably won't, but a 40 roll is going to be hard on this car because neither one of us have ever AOD shuffled a car, got it to hold second, and then use that. So you're gonna have one shift.
Yeah, I'm gonna test it.
Yeah, so we're gonna test it and see if that'll work, and that'll be good information for anybody else, I guess.
Roll racing AOD Fox bodies ain't our expertise.
Yeah, now I get this all the time. Everybody hates roll racing, they hate it. Guys, hear me out real quick. I'd love to get out there and dead hook both of these cars in the road tonight and actually have a drag race. Nothing would interest me more. Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
No, not in the slightest. We're on drag radials. We're not on slicks. I know you guys see the snow prep stuff all the time on TV, and you think that you can just go out, pour a little pimp juice out, and these cars will hook. The road that we're going to simulate racing on is not a good road to be stopping and doing burnouts in. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. Also, the other benefit to roll racing is you get to see which car makes the most power, and that's what I'm curious of. I'm pretty sure the gray car makes more power, but the red car is nasty in its own right. So that's enough talk. I'll pick back up with you guys when we go to head out to the spot. That red sumbitch right there ain't nothing to play with now.
It ain't the Wu-Tang Clan, but it ain't nothing to fuck with though.
That bitch blew the damn tires off of it that second time. Damn. But I couldn't, even when it started hooking, I couldn't do nothing with it. Let's talk over the race real quick, how it went down. So,
well, I didn't do the AOD shuffle fast enough the first time. So it was still in first, and then when I left it, like laid on like 7,000. So I bumped the shifter up and pedaled it, and when I pedaled it, it fell on its face and you were gone.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys could see it in the camera because I don't know what it caught. I don't know if you could see it in the camera, but I wasn't pulling away from him. That's what I noticed. I thought I was. I was like, oh, I got his ass. I'm gone. But
you were
no,
pulling away very bad up until high RPM.
Yeah, but that's my point though, is high RPM. That car was dead nuts with this car. That's what surprised me, because I looked back and if I was inching away, that's all I was doing. The second race, I didn't hear his horn, and I was in second, and it blew the tires off as soon as I did. And it was weird because I was able to kind of gain some ground on you, but when this car got up in the high RPMs, couldn't catch you. This cam in this car loves RPM, and when it gets up there, I can't come around him. I'll say this, if this car dead hooked and that car dead hooked, I believe this one may jump it out. I think on the big end, the gray car is actually a little faster.
Oh yeah,
on the big end. And we got belt slip issues, guys. We actually intentionally don't have a lot of boost on this car right now. We can set this thing up for 15 pounds and turn it loose. We've actually knowingly have a little bit of belt slip in it. So we didn't data log or anything like that, but it's a damn good race. I will say this, I love this car. This is a cruiser, right? You get in this thing right here, you can go spin tires, you can go to the track if you want to go to the track with it. This one over here is deceiving. That's what I want everybody to know about this one. It's very deceiving. I never gave the Retro Fox enough credit. Y'all, Retro Fox is no joke. I mean, it runs good for what it is. And I'm not just saying, you know, that because it's my car. It runs really good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. This was all, of course, simulated. I did all this on the computer. So, but before we go, Papa T, which one did you call to start with?
I don't remember.
I think you had the Retro Fox, I think. Most
so.
people, believe it or not, actually did. And you know, I didn't give that car enough credit. I never did until recently when we put the drag radials on it and fixed the rear end. Here's the weird thing with this car. Before that, I was not impressed with this car at all. We rebuilt the rear end, got both tires pulling like they're supposed to, and put a set of drag radials on it, and I was blown away at how quick this car was. So, with that being said, the gray car makes a little too much torque, I think, for those tires. So it's spinning probably a little worse than this car is. So tire for tire, I think the gray car would.
The real one just pulls hard.
It does. It pulls through the gears. It's amazing how hard that car pulls through the gears. But that one, I couldn't catch it. And he was right in I could see like in my quarter glass. Yeah. Like Andrew was right there on that first race, and I'm like, okay, I just knew I was gonna run away from it. Because I shot by him, I'm like, that's his ass right there. But I kept looking and I couldn't get away from him. And this red car was putting in work now. It was working. I said, oh shit. So, anyway, well look guys, not much else to say. Anything you want to add?
No, I hate you couldn't hear the horn the second time because the car actually did right the second time.
Yeah,
that's why I looked at you. I was like, you good? And I was going 1, 2, and then I
didn't look at you.
Yeah.
With me having to shift gears, we were at a higher speed that second one for sure.
That was a 40.
Okay,
the second one was a 40, and the first one was like 25.
The first one lended itself a little better to my car because it didn't. Well, it did eventually spin the tires, but that second one, I think you still would have gotten on the second.
When I rode in it earlier, and I let it like right before, just to test it, it was the longer I stayed in it, it would just bury itself for closer to 7,000. So when it shot to 7,000 earlier, I was like, I wonder if you don't have the rev limiter set. That's why I bumped it. I was like, I'm blowing the motor up.
Yeah, both cars held up great. We got a little oil dripping from the valve cover because I forgot to put the AN lines going to the catch can. So if you don't know, let me clarify. And especially on an automatic car, you cannot lose momentum. You have to have speed going to the next gear, because if it drops on RPM going to the next gear, it's not like a turbo. It doesn't like lag. And that car That car can be one of the fastest things you ever sit in, or it can be one of the slowest. It depends on how hard it blows the tires and how quick you shift it. In other words, if you short shift it, it's gonna run like crap. This car, not as bad, but it's the same kind of thing. Anyway, wrap this one up. Catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.